time, and I'm here, Aastha Tatia, your happiness coach, back with the live show, which is called Work on Workplace Relations with Aastha. Yeah, and as always, I am very, very excited because once again, I get this opportunity to connect with you all, to talk to you all, and at the same time, pick up yet another topic, yet another aspect of our lives that we are dealing with and delve deeper into it. I just love doing that. Yeah. So welcome those of you who are joining in. Please, leave a hi. Let me know where are you joining in from. I would love to welcome you. Say a hi to you. And also, as I talk, I would really appreciate if you can share your thoughts, you can share your experiences about the topic. If something resonates with you, let me know that yes, this is a yes for me. If you have a differing opinion, a differing experience, or something that you want to share, please go ahead and do that. Let's all learn together. Okay, so once again, welcome. And today we will be talking about something which is I've experienced for sure, and this came up because I was talking to a leader. Rather, we were having a session yesterday, and that's where we started to discuss this. That every time you are unable to handle a certain situation that you may feel is a difficult situation, you start to doubt yourself. You feel that you are incapable. Now, that could be a situation. The context that we were talking in was professional context, workplace. So he was a corporate leader, and this is what came up. So I just wanted to delve a little deeper into it because all of us, at some point or the other, whatever profession you are into, whether you're a corporate leader, you are a self employed professional, you are an entrepreneur, whatever profession you are into, a business owner, some point or the other, we all go through this. So I'm not able to handle this situation. Am I incapable? Does that mean I'm not capable? And how will I handle more difficult situations, right? But going forward, when I'll have more difficult situations, will I be able to handle them? Okay. So let me know if that has happened with you, you've experienced it, and if this resonates with you. So, a couple of things that I really want to talk about here, and that's purely my perspective. So, first, let's understand what is really happening, the dynamics of this whole thing. Yeah. So, every time that you feel the situation is difficult, two aspects of it. One is the situation at hand, a difficult situation. And the second part of it, am I able to handle it or not able to handle it? So I'm capable or incapable, that part of it. Yeah. So let's first talk about a certain situation being difficult. Okay. Now, let's say you are dealing with your boss, or you're dealing with your colleague, or you're dealing with some team member. If you are an entrepreneur or a business owner, then you're dealing with your team, and you feel there is no access. अटक गया हूं यहां पर, इसको कैसे डील करूं, इसके बियॉन्ड कैसे जाऊं, आगे कैसे बढ़ूं. Yeah. Or if it's a boss that you have who is, if I may use the term, a toxic person, or is somebody who you feel who's not supporting you, is not listening to you, is not letting you, or has a behavior which doesn't go down well with you, and you are finding it very, very difficult to work in that environment. Yeah. And you are not able to deal with that situation. So, if there is a situation which you're finding difficult to handle, then let's understand, am I incapable? Every time when you're asking this question to yourself, am I incapable? Then somewhere you are, where is it coming from? It is coming from some deep rooted belief that you're carrying, something that you've done. You may have, at some point in time, you may have done something and it didn't yield a desired result, and you said, oh, I'm not capable. And again, here there is a situation where I am not doing something, or I'm not able to bring a result which I really desire, I'm not able to handle despite all efforts. I've tried to handle my boss, or I've tried to handle my team, or I've tried to handle this colleague. It's just not working. It's just not happening. And I feel stuck. Then the label, am I incapable? Am I incapable? So every time you're putting this label to yourself, am I incapable? I want you to question that. Okay, I want you to question that. Right now, you are saying, I'm incapable, and you are saying that again and again and again to yourself. Now, how about questioning? Is it true? Is it true? Has there never ever been an event where I have really, really handled a situation which was equally or a little here and there equally difficult, equally strained? Did I handle it? Ever happened in my life? Now, if the answer is yes, then consider, and in all probability, answer would be yes. The fact that we are living our lives and we are where we are, there is a lot that we've gone through. And you've gone through it on your own, haven't you? It's taken a lot for you to be where you are. So then I can say that the capability is there. If you've dealt with one such difficult situation, then the capability is there. It's there. But what has happened right now, there is a certain meaning that you have attached to your response or to your behavior. So, a difficult situation, I don't know what to do. I put in 4 efforts, 5 different actions I took, nothing worked. Nothing worked in the direction of or to get the result that I want. For me, there is a certain result that I want. I've not been able to get that result, and therefore I'm incapable. Now, I'm saying when the moment I'm labeling myself as incapable, that is giving me a certain feeling, that is giving me a certain emotion. अगर मैं अपने आप को incapable समझ रही हूं, am I going to feel very, very empowered, or am I going to feel disempowered? Disempowered, naturally. I'm incapable, मुझसे ये भी नहीं हो रहा, I'm not able to handle this situation. Right? Today I am here, and this is one situation. Tomorrow, when I'm going to climb up the ladder, the corporate ladder, I'll have bigger situations, I'll have more massive ones. How will I handle them? All these stories are going on. We cook up our own stories, and it's going to be different for everybody, basis whatever your situation is and whatever your belief system has been, right? So you keep cooking up those stories. What is going to happen? What is going to happen? How will I deal with it? And the moment you've labeled yourself, right now, whatever you are feeling about yourself, and every day how you feel about yourself because you've labeled yourself incapable, that will define or impact your actions and behaviors. So I'm incapable. So the whole feeling is going to be that of disempowerment. It's going to be about, I don't know what the boss is going to feel about me. Will I get the promotion? Will I move ahead? Will this work? Every day, this is how it's going to be. Maza nahi aa raha hai, etc., etc. And when you are in that zone, when you're feeling like that, what's your behavior going to be? You are already given up. You're already given up. And the chances are that when you go and have that interaction with your colleague or your teammate or your boss, when you go and have that interaction, your whole way of being is going to be, I'm incapable, I'm incapable, kuch nahi hone wala hai, ye aisa ka aisa rehne wala hai. You're getting my point? And then that way of being will give you your results. You are going to behave a certain way. No matter what you say, you may choose to say certain words. However, your way of being, your body language, your expression will be in contradiction. Even if you try to pretend you fake your words, but it's going to be in contradiction. Because here, I'm incapable, I can't solve the situation, this is not going to change, you're already given up. And therefore, what happens is you have the results that you have. It's a deadlock. You wonder every time I pick up the phone and I talk so nicely to this person who's my partner or who's my boss or who's my colleague or who's a teammate, and yet there are no results, whatever the result that you want. So so the point that I'm trying to make here is that you not being able to handle a certain situation maybe time and again. So there is an issue in a certain relationship with your boss, colleague, teammate, and it's a strained relationship, right? And the boss is just not ready to support you and you feel you are at a deadlock. Then instead of getting judgmental about yourself, and this calls for awareness, it's not about fixing कि कुछ ठीक नहीं है तो उसको ठीक करना है तो ये स्विच को ऑन कर दिया जाए. Okay, now I'm fine. No. Interestingly, we are talking about human beings and we are talking about emotional beings. We are all emotional beings. So there are a lot of emotions at play there, right? And the moment when something like this happens, yeah. So one thing, we start to talk about ourselves, and the second thing that we also do is we start to blame circumstances, we start to blame people. The boss doesn't support. And it's not just me, everybody in the organization feels the same way about the boss. How many of you think you've ever done this? You've ever felt this? And when everybody else is also saying, no, no, you're right, the boss is messed up, there's some problem with the boss. You are not wrong. We all have gone through the same thing. Suddenly you feel a sense of comfort. मैं अकेला नहीं हूं. The problem is not with me, it's this boss. Yeah. Now, if this happens, let me tell you, ask yourself that, okay, this boss is toxic. This boss has a behavior which doesn't go down well with you, which is not forwarding, which is not empowering. But when you had a boss who was really nice, who was caring, who was empowering, did you never say, I am incapable to yourself working with that boss? Okay, I repeat the question. Ask this question to yourself. Today, the boss or the colleague or whoever it is such that you say, because the person is so and so, because he's behaving in a certain manner, I'm not able to handle the situation and I feel incapable. Okay, great. Stay with that. Now go to a situation, a scenario where you had a colleague, a teammate, a boss, a partner who was quite supportive, who was caring, who was empowering, who was forwarding you. You loved working with him or her. At that point in time, did you ever say to yourself, I'm incapable? You would have still said that to yourself if you think about it. Yeah, may not be because of the boss or the situation there, but for some other reason. Your brain still found out reasons to say, I'm incapable. Yeah. So what I'm trying to say here is that I am incapable because I'm not able to handle this, because my boss is so and so. It's not really the boss. It is because the meaning that I am associating to this whole situation. I'm not able to handle it. I'm incapable. Even in that scenario, I'm not able to handle it. I'm incapable. Issue could have been different, things could have been different. It's got nothing to do with the boss. It's got everything to do with the meaning, the significance that I'm attaching to the whole thing. I can also say, oh, I'm not able to handle this situation. No worries, let me try again. A third person could have a different response to it. So, basis the meaning that you are attaching to the whole thing, that is going to give you the feeling, the emotion, the way of being, and then that's how you're going to behave and act, and that will give you the results. So, next time you are unable to handle a certain situation and you catch yourself instantly thinking, I'm incapable, मेरे बस की बात नहीं है, मुझसे नहीं होगा. पहले भी ऐसा हुआ है और मैं नहीं कर पाया. And maybe different flavors of this. Every time you question yourself, you catch yourself, then ask yourself this question. Is it true? Is it 100% true that I am incapable? And I can guarantee you, and when you say 100% true, what does that mean? That means never ever in my life, entire life, have I been able to handle a situation. Never ever in my life have I been capable. Whatever your definition of capable and incapable is, we all have our own different definitions. सो यू आस्क योर सेल्फ, क्या कभी भी मैंने केपेबल कभी मैं हुआ हूं? क्या कभी ऐसा हुआ है कि मैंने सिचुएशन हैंडल की है? एंड इफ यू गेट एन आंसर yes, then then this is not true that I'm incapable. Then this is a belief, a label, whatever you want to call it, that you have attached to this scenario. Every time I can't handle the situation, I can't do something that I think of or I desire, I'm not able to cause the result that I desire, I call myself incapable. लेबल का क्या है? लेबल तो आप कुछ भी लगा सकते हो अपने आप पर. आई एम नॉट अप टू द मार्क, आई एम नॉट गुड इनफ, आई एम नॉट दिस, आई एम नॉट दैट. बट रिमेंबर, द लेबल दैट यू पुट टू योर सेल्फ is going to give you the feeling that you're going through, is going to give you your state of mind. And that will impact your results. क्योंकि जिस state of mind में हो, वैसे ही actions लोगे, वैसे ही behavior होगा, and then that's how your results are going to be. Now, if you want to turn around the results, अगर results बदलने हैं, अगर चाहिए कि यार ये relationship तो कुछ अलग करना है मुझे, इसको बदलना है. Okay, I got it that my boss is toxic. If you want to use, he is toxic. This colleague of mine is absolutely toxic. Got it. I'm not talking about right or wrong here. That no, he's right. No, I'm not saying that. All I'm saying is that whatever he or she is doing is not in my control. We need to understand this. We get so obsessed with changing or turning around people outside, situations outside, circumstances outside. ये सब अगर बदल जाएगा तो सिचुएशन बदल जाएगी, तो मैं कैसा फील कर रहा हूं वो भी बदल जाएगा. Now my humble request to you is, that's not in your control. What the other person will do is not in my control. I cannot control it. My control is only on myself. And I need to understand that right now, whatever is happening, the pain that I'm going through, the challenges that I'm going through, is only because of the meaning that I have attached, is because of the beliefs that I am carrying. ये ऐसे ही होना चाहिए. This is how it should be. This is how the boss should behave. Is this the way to talk? And interesting, we are all such great story creators, एक छोटा सा कुछ होता है and we create such a huge story around it. अच्छा, boss said this, which means boss doesn't like me, and he doesn't want to promote me. That is why he was talking to that other colleague of mine and he always favors him. Yeah. 2 days back also I saw, when I was going, he had called that colleague, even though that colleague of mine is a junior. And then you go on and on and on. अपनी ही कहानी बनाकर उसमें जीते जाते हैं. उस कहानी का कोई सिर पैर नहीं है. यू हैव नो आइडिया. इट्स योर क्रिएशन. लर्न टू डिस्टिंग्विश फैक्ट्स फ्रॉम योर क्रिएशन, फ्रॉम योर पर्सपेक्टिव्स, फ्रॉम योर assumptions. I can assume anything about other people, but I have no idea. और उस assumptions के basis पे, if I go on living my life that because this is what it is, और उसका मतलब ये है, उसके लिए वो नहीं है. The best way, if you really want to figure out if it really matters so much to you, walk up to the other person, have a straight conversation. If you can't do that, then understand ये जो creation यहाँ चल रहा है वो आपको pain दे रहा है. The pain, the challenge is because of your creation. It is self-inflicted. Nobody outside has any role to play into it. What they are doing is a different matter that needs to be dealt with. That's a separate issue. I'm not saying let it go unnoticed, do not act there. No. But consider you are not being able to act powerfully right now. There is a colleague who's not behaving in a very conducive manner, which is good for the organization, and yet you're not able to take those actions because you are stuck in your own beliefs. You are stuck with I'm incapable. You are stuck with boss kya kahenge. And if you're not able to have that conversation also, is because you're not able to take that action because you're stuck in your belief again, I'm incapable. So, one, you want to take an action, you're not able to take it. Two, it is impacting your work. Maybe your credibility depends on whatever role you are in and whatever impact it has on you. And yet you're not able to do anything. So, deal with that problem. That's one part of it. But you need to understand that right now, all that pain that is there is because of my meanings, my stories, and all that creation that I am doing. So, what are the thoughts that you are entertaining? Basis your belief system, the brain will, I mean, you will have all sorts of thoughts. I should say this, I should not say this. If I say this, I will look an idiot, or maybe I'll sound incapable. So I think I should to manage this, etc., etc. You go on doing that. There's no end to it. So making that choice of what do I really want and whether what I'm doing right now is in sync with it. Is it forwarding me towards my goal? I want to have a great relationship, or I forget relationship also. I want to be at peace. I want to be calm. I want to have a good workplace experience where I feel like coming back to work every day. I don't want to think about quitting and moving to the next organization because I don't know who's going to be on the other side of the table in that next organization. Can you guarantee that you're going to have the boss of your desire, or the colleague of your desire, or the team of your desire? Yeah. So, how about whatever I get there, whatever I get there in terms of the environment, in terms of the people, uh, I am able to come across or operate or conduct myself powerfully. I'm not impacted by these things. When I'm not impacted by these things, then I'm going to take action which are powerful. Action to lena hi hai, otherwise there'll be no results. But right now, the actions are coming from survival. I'm incapable, so I'm weak, I can't do this, and then there is a certain action. Versus, okay, this is not working out. Let me go and have a conversation with the boss. Let me figure out what's the matter. If there's anything that is standing in the way, if there's anything which is holding the work back, let me ask him or her. Oh, this colleague or my partner, let me have a conversation. This is coming from a different place. Your whole way of being is going to be different. You getting that difference? So that is the choice that needs to be made, which is very, very, very critical. And quite often we don't do that. We get, sucked into our labels, our stories, our beliefs. So every time that you say to yourself, I'm incapable, remember to do all of this. It is very, very, very critical because knowingly, unknowingly, you are robbing yourself of your energy. You're just taking away your energy. And nobody outside is actually responsible. Nobody outside. Okay. I hope you are able to resonate with what I'm saying. Let me know what are your views, what are your experiences. Have you ever labeled yourself as incapable? How did you feel? What was the impact it had on you? Yeah, and how did you deal with it? Or you've not been able to deal with it? And what are you going to do differently now? I know there are too many questions, but these are important. I just want to leave you with these questions. Make sure you answer these for yourself And it'll be amazing if you can share with me. I would love to support you if you really feel stuck. We all say I'm stuck. Are we really stuck? Well, that's a topic for a different session, but it has impacts. All I'm saying is, unable to handle certain situations at work, I feel incapable. I am incapable. So, next time, what are you going to do differently? And do share with me. That's important. Yeah, hi Praveen. I'm glad this resonates with you, happens with you. Thank you for sharing that. And those of you who are here, I see some of you are here live with me. Thank you so much for joining in. Let me know if this was valuable, if you could relate with whatever I said. And of course, my whole interest always is, what action are you going to take? Hi, Kavya. Hi, baby. So, yep, do let me know. So I'm going to see you next Sunday again with yet another topic, and it'll be again another aspect of our lives. Let's delve deeper. The whole idea of work on workplace relations with Astha, this live show, is to delve deeper into uh, what's going on in different aspects of our life. Every day we deal with so many things, and it is quite disempowering at times. And unfortunately, we because we don't have access, and we think there are certain other things which need our bandwidth, so let me focus on that, this will be taken care of, we push it aside, and then it piles up, piles up, piles up, and suddenly it becomes intolerable. No access, we give up. And my whole thing is that if you are spending so much of your time doing something, which means at your workplace, if you spend so much of time, that has to be like exciting. Every day you must feel, wow, this is what I'm going to do today. Let me see what I want to create today. And that has a direct correlation, or that is related with how your relationships are at work, because we're not working alone. And if the team, if together we're not working in sync, in harmony, just like at home, if relationships at home are not working fine, it becomes painful, doesn't it? Same way at workplace, though it's not a family out there, but when you're working together and relationships are not this, then it becomes a pain. And we cannot ignore that. And what we don't understand quite often is, most of the times that pain, that relationship that we're struggling with, can be handled if only we can look at what's bothering us. If only we can start to question what we believe, I can guarantee you your experience will turn around if you start to question everything you believe. The boss is selfish. Is it 100% true? Absolutely true. Every person around in the organization is going to say that. Because why is it so important? Because the moment you are labeling anybody outside, or you're labeling yourself, it has a certain impact. You are viewing that person with a certain lens, with a filter. And when you say my boss is selfish, arrogant, good for nothing, plays politics, how can you expect to have a good relationship with him? If you're viewing him through this filter, how can you ever have a good relationship with him? A good working relationship? Yeah. So of course there are a lot of variables, lot of different aspects to it, but on a broader level, I just wanted to leave you with some food for thought, and uh, urge you to not leave it, to act on it. Yeah. Thank you, Anurag. I'm glad you liked it. Thank you, Shantanu. Thanks, Praveen. My pleasure. It really makes me feel good if you find even little value in this, because that's the whole idea of coming here and interacting with all of you. Do please feel free to write to me on a direct message, or in the session, wherever, whatever. If any way I can support you, it'll be a pleasure. Yep. So take care, sending you lots of love, lots of happiness. Have a great, great week ahead. Remember, 2022, this is our year. First session, we all said this. This is going to be our year. And we've got to make it our year. It's not going to happen on its own. So, no survival. Let's get into action. And when I say action, action towards being your best version, action towards, showing that commitment to yourself, for yourself. You're not going to sulk. You're not going to let anything that's bothering you just pass by. Attend to it, address it, because the whole purpose of this life is to live every moment joyously. If there's something which is not serving you, which is not forwarding you, pause, reflect, work on it. Okay. See you. Take care. Next Sunday, 8 p.m. Indian Standard Time. I'm going to meet you again. Do join in. Till then, take care. Bye bye.